Chronic fatigue is easy. Most of the time, chronic fatigue syndrome is a scapegoat diagnosis. It's where somebody's tired a lot. Obviously, they may have other subtle symptoms or symptoms that doctors don't quite diagnose as a disease in and of themselves. Things like brain fog and generalized fatigue don't make a diagnosis for doctors. So, chronic fatigue syndrome is kind of a really easy way for a doctor to stamp or label somebody. And then generally from there, it goes into a psychosomatic, go see your psychiatrist because there's nothing we can do for you. But the vast majority of people that I have seen with chronic fatigue get better they're poisoning themselves, and oftentimes they don't even realize it. They're poisoning themselves with their own food, and they have food reactions. Oftentimes they have vitamin or mineral deficiencies are very, very common, especially around certain B vitamins, particularly vitamin B1, vitamin B12. We see that very frequently. But also, many of these people are in mold. And as we were talking about mold symptoms, as a matter of fact, I presented research on Tuesday actually documenting two researchers who have found that the majority of patients that they see clinically with a diagnosis of chronic fatigue syndrome actually have elevated mold toxins in their bodies. And so it's also been my experience. We see that on a very frequent basis. But chronic fatigue syndrome and ME, which is kind of a cousin of chronic fatigue, both of those conditions, very, very easy to manage in my experience. And it's unfortunately in mainstream, it's a medical no man's land, and those people struggle for years. But those types of people should get themselves to functional doctors quickly as they possibly can.